Hello and welcome to the program. I am DEJI360 EPP. Now, in the past few days, the choice of the running mate of the APC presidential candidate has been a big talking point in the country. Last Sunday, APC presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu announced the former Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima as his running mate. Tinubu, who made the announcement during a visit to President Muhammadu Buhari in Daura, Katsina State, explains that he picked Shettima now because he believes this senator is the man who can help him bring the best governance to the citizens, regardless of their religious affiliation. Tinubu maintained that to tackle the challenges of Nigeria as a nation, competence in governance must be placed above religious or ethnic sentiments. He also said Shettima's career in politics and beyond shows that he is eminently qualified not only to deliver electoral victory to the party, but to also perform significantly as the vice president of the nation. But since that announcement was made, a huge debate has ensued over the choice of Shettima, with some arguing that for the sake of balance and equity, Mr. Tinubu should have chosen a Christian as his running mate. Now, while some members of his party, like the Progressives Governors Forum, have declared their support for the candidacy, saying that they have confidence in the combination of Tinubu and Shettima to ensure victory for their party in the presidential election, some other members of the party are of the opinion that it might be difficult to market the presidential candidacy of the All Progressives Congress in the race. In fact, there are actually some members who have chosen to resign from the party. Joining me now to discuss this further is Professor Sadiq Abba, who is a political affairs analyst and a political scientist. And he joins us now from Abuja. And in the studio, I have Dr. Adetokunbo Pierce, who is a leader of the Reset PDP in Lagos. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me on the program. Let me start with you, Prof, in Abuja, Professor Abba. Okay, I understand I've lost Professor Abba, but let me start with you, Dr. Pierce. What do you make of the choice of Shettima now as a running mate to Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress?
Let me first say that I understand that for Tinubu to choose a running mate was a choice between the rock and a hard place, between the devil and the deep blue sea. It was a very difficult decision, but in making that decision, it is at times like this, during difficult times, that you know the character of a man. What Tinubu has done is to settle for political success at the expense of interest in the people. Interest of balance in the country instead of unity, instead of the sensitivity necessary to be head of this country.
So which is more important at this point?
Well, it's obvious that what is more important is what Tinubu has not done, which is he has not taken into consideration the sensitive issue of religious balance, of ethnic balance, of concern for people over politics. All he wants to do is to win election. And he feels that if he takes a Christian from the north, because he needs the northern vote, he cannot have a South-South ticket. That does not pay. So he needed to have a northern person as his running mate. But instead of choosing what everybody thought would be the logical thing that will help balance in the society, you have unity in the party, in the country, he chose to have a Muslim.
But let me ask you this. When I said which is more important at this point, because don't you have to win election first before you even begin to talk about balance and all of that and unity?
You're right. You're right.
Because, I mean, that's the reason I ask which is more important at this point.
It depends on what is important to you. Winning an election or being a leader in the country. You see, the presidential candidate who could be the president if he wins the election has the opportunity to help to build this country with whatever he says or whatever he does. So before you win the election, You have to win the hearts of the people.
But is it possible? Is it possible to
Sure.
win this election with what you have at the moment? Say, with his choice of Shettima, win the election, and then go on to build unity? Or is it that it's not possible to build unity when you have, as we say, a Muslim ticket?
It is not impossible. It is very unlikely, because 2003 is not 1993, and Shettima is not the candidate that you had in 1993, and definitely Bola Ahmed Tinubu is no MKO or Abiola. So the circumstances are very different. The circumstances very different. For instance, in 1993, what worked for Abiola was, one, he was known to be a good Muslim. Tinubu is not known to be a real Muslim.
When you say he's not known to be a real Muslim, I don't understand.
I doubt if Tinubu even knows how to pray in the Muslim
if that is the case, excuse me, sorry,
yes,
Doc. If that is the case, you could say, okay, maybe he's a liberal Muslim, if you like.
Yes.
So shouldn't that count if he's picking someone who is also a Muslim as himself? And that you have a situation where you have a liberal Muslim, just as you've said, not a real Muslim, and I'm using your word now, I didn't say so, and then another real Muslim.
Okay, let us put aside the way I put it. Let us say he's a liberal Muslim. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
He's a liberal Muslim, and that does not mean that you have to choose a Muslim. And by the way, as I was saying, what happened with MKO was, one, he was known to be, over the years, from his own habit, his own personality, his own history, to be a practicing Muslim. You understand me? So, and he had been in the North, he had had relationships with Northerners for a long time. Now, another thing that happened with MKO was that he was actually on the ticket of the PDM, which was General Yar'Adua's party. It was that relationship that brought him to the limelight and helped him to get support in the North. Now, we have a situation where Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not only chosen a Muslim, he has chosen Governor Shettima, an ultra-tribalist, an ultra-religious
Do you have evidence for that? Because I've listened to... No, hold on. I have listened to Governor Shettima. When he was governor, I listened to him several times. I don't get the impression at all that he is what you're describing.
Okay, let me tell you where my evidence comes from. One, Shettima was the governor of Borno when the Minister for Education, Minister of State for Education, wrote him a letter, advised him not to allow the Chibok girls to have their examination at that point in time. He ignored it because, as he has said after that, if you listen to the interview he had with former Governor Amusu, former governor of Ogun State, it was clear.
Let's.
Have you listened to that interview?
There's something.
Have you heard that interview?
I have. Look, that was something recorded, and to be candid, both men have even denied it, and you can't on the basis of
they denied the interview.
Yes, you can't on the basis of that. That's not a hard evidence, if you like, because he's even denied it. He's denied saying that. I mean, that the video was doctored and all of that. I have listened to that. But what I'm saying is, how does that still make him a tribalist, for instance, and ultra...
Look, everything that Shettima has done in his political career has been clear. He has been anti the whole of Igbo land. He has been fighting anybody who is not a Muslim. It's not in his books. Look, we shall see what will happen.
We still want, I think I will still ask for evidence of that, because I have not seen...
The only evidence
I have not seen any evidence of that. I know when he was governor,
yes,
he actually had, he appointed people from other tribes into his government. He said so. He's come out to say so.
What about his fight with...
What you're describing?
What was his relationship and his position regarding Boko Haram during the days of Jonathan as president?
Well, I mean, he's on record to have condemned Boko Haram. And
he's on record to have dealt with Boko Haram. He's on record to have been supportive of Boko Haram. You see, look.
Okay.
Whatever
now, Doc,
happens,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Doc. The so-called Muslim ticket.
Yes.
Is that, could we say, you know, having a Muslim Christian ticket, or whether a Christian ticket or whatever, could that be the basis of performance? Could we judge on the basis of that, you know, when such a ticket, for instance, a mixed ticket comes into office, that ticket will deliver?
No.
Which is more important? Is it governance we want, or religion?
Look, you know, I said at the beginning that Tinubu had a very difficult choice to make. And I can tell you that I, for one, do not believe that Muslim ticket, Christian ticket makes much difference in terms of performance. But you see, politics is not only performance. There is also the impression that you give. You know, to say you carry people along, you make them feel relevant, that's the issue here. I personally do not believe, especially knowing that Tinubu is just a liberal Muslim. To me, he's a token Muslim. The only reason why he got Shettima because Shettima is a real Muslim. So it would not be a problem.
And that's what I'm saying. Shouldn't that count for something?
That is the point I'm making. That is the point I'm making.
Are you in any way suggesting
it is not the religion that is the issue?
Are we in essence saying that when you have two people of the same religion come into office, the office of the president and vice president, that what they will do is to Islamize the country and run a Muslim agenda?
Not at all. And I will never support such a thing. I will never support. I have just told you. It is not a problem for me personally and for a lot of people. It is just the impression that people get that you are not concerned, you are not sensitive to these issues. And then you must also face the fact, if you have a liberal Muslim and you have another liberal Muslim from the north, for instance, you could have got somebody from northwest, somebody from north central, but Bola Ahmed Tinubu wants to win election. He thinks that getting a hardliner Muslim like Shettima is going to help him.
I don't think Governor Shettima would agree with you that he's a hardliner.
He may not agree with me. He doesn't have to agree with me. All I know about him, from what I have seen, let me tell you, the minute I began to suspect that he's not a nationalist, he's a tribalist, he's a sectional leader, is what he did during the days of Jonathan. We saw all of it. This was the people that set Jonathan up to fail, and they used the Chibok girls to hang him. And yet, he was told, do not allow this examination to take place. He went ahead and did the exam, and when the children got into trouble, he sacrificed their safety for his own political end. This is the kind of leader you want now to be the vice president, who could eventually become president of Nigeria.
Doc, quite a lot of people will...
God forbid.
Quite a lot of people will disagree with you. But you know, at the end of the day, I mean, Nigerians will have to decide. They have a choice to make. The good thing is that, you know, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not the only candidate. It's not the only presidential candidate. We've got other candidates as well. Even we have Christians who are on the ballots, and you know, people of different religious persuasions now.
It's not about the religion.
Who are actually
it's about the personality.
Yes, who are actually on the ballot. So at the end of the day, I think Nigerians will just have to decide. But
that is true.
All the same, Dr. Tokunbo Pierce, I want to thank you very much for coming on the program, and thank you for coming to share your thoughts with us. Thank you so very much.
I thank you.
All right, we'll take a short break, and we'll try to see if we can reconnect with Professor Sadiq Abba. Stay with us, don't go away.
Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the president of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon route, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On DEJI360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
DEJI360, dissecting the issues.